Are you ready for some hot deals over at the old Harbor Freight? Because we got some coupons that are going all the way up to 45% off. That's almost half off, folks. And then we got a bunch of dollar days, some other coupons and stuff going on. So let's talk about it. First up, the coupons are, this is the one is the September savings. This is the 13th through the 15th. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday going on now. You have to jump all over this. Now, if you want the 10% or the base percent off, you can be anybody. You don't have to be an ITC member, and you can do it online or in store. But if you want that extra 5%, in each case, being an Inside Track member, aka ITC, gets you an extra 5% off. But you have to go in store to get it. I don't know why. That's just the way they set it up. Remember, I don't get paid by Harbor Freight. I don't even get a commission or an affiliate or anything else. When I tell you that I think you should buy ITC, it's because I see the savings there. I did the math. That's why I say that, okay? You have to do the math for you, though. At the end, everyone's a little bit different, and maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't work for you. But if you're buying any one big significant item or you're shopping throughout the year, ITC almost always makes sense. But let's get into it. Here we got, first thing is going to be Bauer Hercules corded polishers and buffers, 45% off. We're just going to go by the ITC numbers. We got the Inside Track here, number 4, the grinders and sanders. It's at 35. Yukon US General and Icon Storage. It's at 15. Quinn hand tools at 30% off. Now it does say here, it says any single Quinn hand tool, but really what they mean is they mean SKU number here because you can get all the sets. We're going to talk about that some more here. We got the jacks here at 20% off, the welders at 25% off. That's the real deal. Holyfield on those discounts on the welders. The gloves at 45% off. The Badlands products at 25% off. The Atlas products at 20%, and any single pump for 25% off. But let's go through it. I'm going to put links to all this down below. For the buffers and polishers, this Bauer one, the 5.76 inch has been just the go-to. It's been, a lot of pros use this. It is just a well-known quantity. Everyone loves it. But we got the new Hercules here. It's 8 amp, it's 6 inch, forced rotation, dual action polisher at $120, 45% off. That's a hell of a savings. If you've used this, put it down. Let me know down in the comments what you think of it. Is it worth stepping up from that over the Bauer one? Let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. All right, let's keep going here. We got any single Bauer or Hercules corded grinder or sander. This is where I'm going to call out Harbor Freight marketing, and I do this from time to time. Guys, you got to be more specific, okay? You just said any of these two brands that's a corded grinder or polisher. Well, bench grinders are corded, and they're both in those brands. Bench sanders are corded. They're both in those brands. Neither of those seem to be covered by this. I tried, I applied the coupon, it wouldn't work. Guys, you got to be better about the wording on the coupons, all right? And this is me talking to Harbor Freight, not to you guys. All right, but that said, for the handheld stuff, there's some fantastic stuff in here. The drywall sander, if you like mucking with drywall, I do not. But how about this? The Bauer 9 amp surface conditioning tool, it does qualify. That's going to get you 35% on this coupon. That is a great, great product right there. Why are the shears in here? I don't get this. You know, grinders, polishers, and the shears are included. But we go through, you can take a look at some of the other stuff. The band file is in there. Belt sanders are in there. Sheet sanders are in there. Of course, all the grinders, some great grinders in there. If it's already on sale, and it looks like it's 30%, you're not going to be able to apply the coupon to something that's already on sale. That's the only exclusion that you're going to see here. This die grinder, this is the real deal here. This is a nice beefy grinder there. All right, of course, the Icon, the US General, and the Yukon, great storage cabinets. I've had the Icon. I currently have the US General. I currently have the Yukon on this. They're all great at different levels for different things. At 15% off, though, it's not the best sale we've seen. In fact, I think we just saw it at 20% not that long ago. But if you missed out, there's still some solid deals to be found there. I'm not going to go through all of them because you know what you're looking for in that case. All right, next up, we've got I'm getting a little excited about this one. The any single Quinn hand tool, 30% off any single item. There's the asterisk on it. Any item there, so you can get the master sets, and that's what you got to really talk about when you're talking about Quinn. These two sets of master sets here. So on this one here, you got your choice in 1/2 inch or 3/8. These are one and done socket sets. They're absolutely fantastic. You cannot go wrong with them. And then better than that, you come over here and we look at the chrome. You got 3 options. In this one, you're going to 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch. These are fantastic sets. If you get all 5 sets, That's pretty much it done. All right. Other than the bit set, you can add on there as well if you can sneak that in there. These are fabulous sets for the home game or for the DIYer. I even would put these at that prosumer to almost value pro level. If you're a young guy and you're on a budget and you got to get started and you're bootstrapping all this yourself, I don't see any problem with going with the Quinn set. You got the full lifetime warranty on it. And if someone tries to tell you, yeah, but if you go with Harbor Freight, you got to return the whole set, they're full of BS. All right. They're mouthing something that somebody else mouthed, that somebody else made up. All right, the corporate policy, and I've said this from time to time again, the corporate policy they've stated is they will replace single items. They will break open packs to replace a single item. Now that said, that's why you see in the back of the store, you go back to the discount shelves and you'll see packs missing a few pieces that are on sale. That's where that comes from, is them cracking open sets and doing just that. Now, you may get somebody who is not, like they're new on the job, they haven't had the full training, and they may screw something up. That's not the corporate policy. Don't yell at them. Don't throw a fit. Just talk nicely. Ask to speak to the manager. If the manager's not there, you may have to come back the next day. I'm sorry, but, that's, new people. What are you going to do? You can't fix that, all right? All right, let's keep going here. Next up, we got the jacks. They're coming in at 15% off, 20% off with ITC. Fantastic jacks. Of course, in here, I'm going to call out the Daytona Super Duty. The Daytona Super Duty is a fantastic jack. Where is this? Right here. No, that's the low profile iron. This is the one I like. It is, I have this one. Of course, I have it in the right color. I have it in green. Great jack there at $240 plus the 20% off on it. But the low profile long reach, here's the Super Duty, comes in, of course, the standard yellow and then the 3 metallic colors. You gotta love that plum crazy purple, but I'm still partial to that candy apple red. It's gorgeous. And then you got, of course, the jack stands and everything else in here as well. And of course, the aluminum racing jacks. You can't ignore that for the kids going out on Friday nights racing. Guys, be safe, but 20% off any of those. Let's go to the welders. Oh my gosh, 25% off. Can you imagine 25% off a Vulcan Omni Pro 220 industrial welder? I'm going to double check, make sure I'm not talking out of the side of my mouth. 25% off. That is a fantastic deal on that welder. How about this? The Easy Flex welder. 125, your basic hot glue gun of welding here, $150 with I think it takes it down to around I think it's under 110. Let me do the math on this. Let's just call it 150 times 0.75, and you're looking at $112.50 for a great little flux welder, just easy to use, easy to set up, just run and gun with it. That's a great welder there for that price. All right, we got the Hardy gloves. Don't just think about the nitrile gloves. They got some fantastic work gloves. They all sorts of different types. They got the goat skin gloves. They got chainsaw gloves. Where's your typical garden kind of glove? And then, of course, the professional mechanics gloves. They're actually really quite good. All right, then we got the winches. I don't care whether you're trying to get your truck out of a ditch or trying to get another beer. These are going to get it done. Don't blame me. I'm a dad. They're just part of the job, folks. Anyway, 20% off any single Badland. It's going to be $25 to you. Now, somebody asked before, let's talk about the Apex here. We got the Badland Apex 12,000 pound for $600 or the Apex 12,000 pound for $580. Is it worth the extra money to get the synthetic rope? And for me, everyone's going to make the case. For me, yeah, hell yeah. Now, what's synthetic going to give you? It's going to be stronger. It's not going to have the same kind of backlash potentiality that the stranded wire is going to give you. It's going to be lighter, and yes, on some overlanding builds, they get really particular about how much weight is where, and that lack of weight is going to be a real benefit. It's going to handle long-term storage better. It's going to handle wear and tear better. Just basically at every single turn, it's going to be a better option. All right. Do you have to get it? No, I'm not going to say everyone needs it, but then also about hey, do you want to go up to the Apex and get that wireless remote versus going for one of the less expensive ones with the wired remote? Here's what I'm going to say. having a wireless remote not only lets you get further away from the vehicle that has the winch on it, it lets you then move around also to get a better perspective on what you're winching, to see if you know you're doing it at the right level, if you need to back it up, if you need to change something, need to throw a block on it or something else. It's going to give you that better perspective that's going to make you more successful and more safe at the same time. So I definitely say that that's something that's a good option to have. Next up, let's talk about the Atlas stuff. We got the Atlas. This is the 80 volt / 40 volt. I've talked about, I'm pretty sure this stuff is made by the same people who make Greenworks. I'm a big fan of Greenworks. I think it's fantastic. 20% off is what you can look at for this. I've definitely had an issue with this stuff at its list price, considering there's no combos and such with it. But on a good sale price at 20% off, you have to do the math, figure out whether it works for you. But don't think that it's not going to be good quality. It is top of the line quality. It's fantastic stuff. It's just, you got to pay for it here, all right? And then next up, we've got the pumps here. So we got the gasoline with the Predator engine. You can't knock those Predator engines. They're fantastic. Or you got the green Drummond pumps. Now, I've not used the Drummond pumps, but I had a ton of people reach out to me because I put it out in a couple videos going, hey, I want some feedback. I got a ton of feedback, and I got, I think, one person who said it failed on them, and everyone else was like, these things are fantastic. I've used them for years, yada, yada, yada. The one thing I'm going to say is there's basically 3 different styles of pump. You're going to have clear water, you're going to have semi-trash, you're going to have trash. If you don't know the difference, you need to figure it out. Basically, clear water is just that. Brother, it's clear water, and there's not an exception to it, okay? If you start running semi-trash for that, much less trash, you're going to burn out that pump, and you're going to have a problem, all right? Trash means that it's dirty, mucky, it's maybe has some other junk and stuff in it. That's trash. Semi-trash is basically trash water that's been filtered. It's still going to be a little bit muddy looking. It's still going to have a little tiny amount of silt in it. It is not that much of a step up from clear water, all right? So if you guys want me to do a video talking about the different kind of pumps and what you're going to need it for, put it down below. If we get enough people are interested, I'll do a whole video, a buyer's guide on water pumps like this. All right, next up, we've got the coupons for dollar days. Now, these go the 12th through the 18th. The last coupons, remember, 13th, 14th, 15th. That's today, Saturday, and Sunday going on now. These are going on now also, but they go all the way until the 18th, all right? So let's jump through these real quick. We got the one hand, or the $1 cup lifter here. They're okay. I've seen some quality issues with them. I definitely wouldn't pick up something valuable with just one of them, like a piece of glass or something. I'd be definitely using 2 of them on that. The Hallmaster 1/5/8 solid rubber swivel caster. It's a decent caster for $1. The Western style glasses, I'm not a fan, but I'm real particular about my glasses and such. A lot of people have said that they like them. They keep them around all over the place. They're $1. Once they get scratched, they throw them away. The hitch pin for $2. It's a decent hitch pin. Here's what I'm going to say. Security is the biggest issue when it comes to hitch pins. I've never had a hitch pin fail on me yet. I also don't overload my trailers because I'm not an idiot. If you did, I'm sorry. I'm not personally attacking you. But what I'm saying here is, like, up here in Montana, nobody's going to mess with my trailer. It's not that kind of place. People get shot for doing stuff like that. So it's not going to happen. And I feel perfectly safe leaving a trailer on a hitch like this. If I go down to any place that has a significant population, I'm putting a locking hitch pin on it. There's just, it's not a question. It's going to happen. All right. And then we got the Pittsburgh here, the parts magnet for $2, the hooks for $2, the painter's tape. I got to do a video on painter's tape because I've been, I used to go with 3M. I was always just happy with 3M, and 3M has been giving me a lot of issues lately. I don't know if they changed their formula or maybe the paint that I'm dealing with, but it's not been the best. What is your favorite? Put it down below. I want to hear what you think the best go-to paint is, or paint tape is. And then we got to talk about the quick clamps. Again, this is one that I find myself, maybe I'm just too hard on them. Maybe I'm just too strong like that. I keep breaking them. But a lot of people said that they like them. I guess if you don't overdo it, they're pretty good clamps for $3. 18-inch magnetic tool holder there. That's just basically a magnetic bar for $3. It seems like it should be a $1 item. It feels like it used to be a $1 item. But, still for $3, it's not terrible. This is a pretty decent work light here. The Braun 175 lumen work light here for $4. The Merlin 1/4-inch brass coupler here. Merlin, I know I've given Central Pneumatics a lot of grief, and they've deserved it. The Merlin stuff has been fantastic. I can't recommend it enough, especially at the price points when it's on sale. We got the L-shaped hang-alls here for 2-pack for $4. the nylon pry bar installer kit. I'm going to get to put that thing to work here soon. My wife's window came off the rack or off the track in her her Ford because it's a Ford. Should have got her a Dodge. That's what I should have done. Anyway, I'm just yanking the Ford guys there, yanking their chain. Anyway, I'm just yanking the Ford guys' chain there, just a little bit here. And let's talk machetes. Who doesn't need a $5 machete? Come on, the zombie era is right around the corner. You got to get ready. Got to get your $5 machete in there. Hercules hook and loop sandpaper, $5. It's all right. It's actually probably better than all right, to be honest. The Hallmaster solid wheel chock, I've talked about that a ton. I absolutely love that. If you've got any kind of trailers or cars that are going to roll away, stuff like that, for $5, I've had them for years, decades at this point. Never let me down. Fuse, I've never really used the fuses, so I don't know how good a quality those are. The silver tarps, I love the silver tarps. The Bauer hook and loop is pretty decent. Of course, the storage bin, this is the Storehouse 20 bin medium portable parts storage bin for $7. We've got the Warrior recip saw blades. Now, in the past, I've said I don't really see much of a use for those. Somebody posted something on the Den of Tools Facebook page. Maybe they've found a use. I'm not saying it, but that's some out-of-the-box thinking. We got the rotary toolkit there for $8. The Apache cases, fantastic cases for $8. I always buy them when they're on sale. I probably have too many of these small cases now. The Dollar's Day, the adjustable wrench set. Oh my gosh, these are probably the best Dodge wrenches you can buy. At $9 for a triple set, that'll get you started in any game of Dodge wrench. For everything else, meh. If you're on a budget, you're just starting out, I totally get it. Maybe buying a set for the kids to play with or set to throw in the back of the truck just to have, just in case. I get it. I've never been a fan of adjustable wrenches, so I'm going to have some bias in that regards. All right, let's keep going here. We got 10% off all McGraw air compressors. We got 15% off any Fortress air compressors. And I'm going to say again, the small, quiet ones are fantastic. The big ones with a lot of guts, fantastic. Those middle of the road, 10 to 20, I'm failing to see what you get for it. They're not small enough to truly be portable. They're not super quiet, and they're not big enough to run the big air tools. So what's the point? Anyway, prove me wrong. Let's keep going here with the Merlin air compressor accessory kit there for $18. Fantastic. The Banks floor nailer, that's fantastic. We talked about those. The Ames infrared thermometer there for $18. That's really good. I've not used the refrigerant leak detector. If you have, if it works well, let me know. We talked about jacks. The red cloths, a lot of people got back to me and said that they've updated the red cloths and they don't have that stringy problem like they used to have. So maybe give them a try again. Let's see if there's anything else here that jumps out at us that we just need to talk about. This is the Predator 1800 generator for $330. That's not a bad deal. That's a lot of watts here for the money there on that one. The Icon torque wrench for that's a 100 to 600 foot-pound torque wrench for $350. We got the Icon needle nose over here for $15. Those are fantastic. The Braun work light here for $42. That's a 4-foot linkable 10,000 lumen work light. That thing is great. For outdoor lighting, for some mood outdoor lighting, these lights here, the Luminaire, they're pretty good. The Union Safe for $30 is fantastic. I don't want to hear a single comment about the lockpicking lawyer. He's not coming to your house. Do you guys having nightmares about this dude? You think he's going to creep in? You're not doing it. You're not picking it. Until I see a video of you picking it and everyone else and their brother can do it, fine. This isn't to be like stopping like some cat burglar or something. This is just to keep prying fingers away from stuff. That's all it's there for. It's a $30 safe. Get a grip. All right, we got to talk about the Vanguard extension cord. I mentioned the 100-foot one it was either last week or the week before video, and a lot of people got really excited about it and went to get it, and they picked it up, and they're like, this thing is huge. It's 10 gauge. I assumed that people would realize it's going to be a heavy duty. I mean, it's a heavy duty extension cord. It really is. 10 gauge cable is not thin. It is thick cable with a thick insulator on it, and it's 100 feet of it. It's going to weigh a bit. But here's a 25-foot cable. Same thing, 10 gauge, 3-prong, translucent. I believe it's got the lights in it and everything. It's going to be fantastic. Next to that for $8 is the Armstrong USB cable. I've got some of these. I picked them up. I was just out and about and I needed a cable. And they're pretty good. But I will say this. My favorite is still, and you've heard me say it before, the DeWalt cables. These DeWalt cables are fantastic and they just won't die. I've used them for years and years at this point. All right, let's see if there's anything else worth talking about here. Oh, the moving blankets aren't bad. The hand truck for $65. Get a hand truck. Oh my gosh. Raise your hand if you don't have a hand truck so we can publicly shame you. Shame. Get a hand truck. Don't risk your back. It's not worth it. We got the step ladder there for $20. Is he going to be like a real ladder? No, he's not going to replace your real ladder, but he's going to be there for you when you need him. You should give him some respect that he deserves there. Let's see, we got the 10x10 portable shed there for $160. Let's see what else. I like this quick release magnetic nut setter piece, 9-piece for $4. I'm actually a fan of that nut. Do I wish it was like bigger and no skips and all that? Sure. But but at $4, I'm not going to complain too hard about that. Let's see here. What else? The Bauer 6-amp high-speed cutoff tool for $25. That's not terrible. The Icon, don't buy it at that price. Good chair, not at that price. The Bauer wet dry vac, again, fantastic wet dry vac, but that's only 13% off. We can do better than that, guys. The Bunker Hill 30 caliber ammo box for $3. That's fantastic. The long distance paper puncher case there for $120. I love those things. I love the Bauer bags there for $10. Here's the 20 bin medium parts storage case for $6.99. Didn't we just see that 20 bin medium parts? Didn't we just see that? What's the SKU on that one? It's got it's 62778. And what's the other one up here? 62778 for $7, or you can get it for $6.99. Save a penny. This coupon's different. It lasts until the 24th, so it's a longer coupon, and it's 1 cent cheaper. Who knew? The drill press. This is one I've been going back and forth on. It's not as cheap as they used to be, but they did upgrade it. It's a better quality, and when you look at what else is out there on the market at that price, it's a pretty decent price. The quick clamps for $3. How many should you buy? One more than you think you'll need. The Bauer disc sander there for $100. It's an okay price. Let's keep going here. The welding cabinet there. If you can get one of those welders, you might as well grab the welding cabinet for $170. And of course, this is a classic. The 12-inch by 1 1/4 horsepower disc sander there for $160. That thing is tried and true, and it will not let you down. There you go. There's the deals we got. If you like these kind of videos, you like the value that we bring you here, let me know down below in the comments. While you're down there, go ahead and chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.